mousesports and fnatic. A win here for either of these squads is compulsory to continue in the most volatile group we've had so far at Pro League, and we're into the pistol.
Oh, straight over towards Ramp. Brollan's going to be tested here very, very early. Chasing him down, they push him back. The 1xbet odds here favoring the Mouse. And they just keep on coming. Brollan pinned. Brollan down, and Acor gets the opening kill of map number 2.
What do you do now, fnatic? You're locked out, staring at smokes. The doors swing open, but the heads roll, and it's the same case for Messi as well. Frozen was a big component of the Mirage successes. He was finding some impact, and I think our analyst desk, as well as, of course, my color commentator, have been discussing just how relevant Frozen's going to have to be for mousesports if they want to get themselves out of Group C.
Yeah, I think Peter, everyone's favorite stats guy over at HLTV, put out a bit of a tweet regarding that. And this one here is just going to fall away. There is absolutely no hope for KRIMZ in a 1-on-5 with a lower retake and no defuse kit strapped to his belt right here, right now. Bomb over halfway ticked. And he's looking to go down with the ship here, just taking a couple of crispy heads. That's some extra cash he can work with going into round number 2. And if he gets away with his armor, he's going to be smiling ear to ear. KRIMZ will survive. So not too shabby, all things considered, making the best of a bad situation there. Now, we're talking about the inconsistency of Frozen. And I think Peter here is kind of offering up a counter conversation to that.
Okay.
He said about Frozen's inconsistency, mousesports have an 18-11 map record over EPL, Cologne, and Flashpoint. And in those 18 wins, these were their highest rated players. Frozen 10 times, ropz 4 times, Dexter 2 times, BMS 1 time, Acor 1 time. So in the new iteration of mousesports, right, Frozen, right, this is the conversation, right? Before, was he more inconsistent? Are we still remembering that version of Frozen? You know, are we not putting it under the microscope of this little sample size that Peter has here?
I think more important, more interesting out of those stats you just regurgitated is that Frozen was in the double digits in terms of being your highest performer in your victories, and ropz Amiga 4. I mean, I'd have hazarded a guess that they'd be quite evenly distributed. Well,
that's one of the things, right, with ropz and the way that he approaches the game. We have seen him get more aggressive, right, in recent times. Now, whether that's just on the CT side, whether that's you need to put it under a microscope, right? You need to be looking at all those little bits and bobs.
Yeah, and something that ropz has always been very good at is finding space on that T side of Nuke. You know, we know those flash plays through that lurky smoke squeak, something Mouse do very well. At the moment, ropz has been very passive. Losing these second rounds, it just seems to be a par for the course in Counter-Strike as it currently stands. It's
very difficult. It's like the CTs throw a curveball or two, and one is just appearing right now in front of Frozen. Oh, is he going to get both? He heard the footsteps, cleans up the second.
That's lovely.
Okay, well burnt down. That's okay. It's just Acor.
Oh, it could have gone so badly there. KRIMZ had 2 heads on his plate, and Brollan just timing his flank to perfection. He will be cleared. And he does manage to chunk away at ropz. 3 bullets to the belly. He'd love the rifle.
Yeah, get out of there if you can. If he can actually get away with this, it's better than nothing. It's the same with KRIMZ on the pistol. You know, the round is done. It's definitely not going to be a fnatic win, but at least he can hold on to this. I don't think Frozen's going to allow it. If he goes past the magical line drawn in the sand here, Frozen, he should be able to find Brollan and his 12 HP. Ooh. Ooh. And he slipped the net. So Brollan should be safe. He should be all good. You don't want to lose anything else. If you're mousesports, you've already given up 2 deaths. Just hold on to your goodies. Throw number 2 in your back pocket and move forward into a round that will just be 1 Deagle, a Galil, and then maybe, just maybe, if fnatic want to get to some P250s or something a little bit naughty. That's about it for their defense for round number 3. But yesterday, mousesports, when they played against EG on this map, they only managed 5 rounds on their T-half. It was their CT side where they really laid down the law against the American-European mix. So let's see if they can better that T-side scoreline today or go par for the course. We can kind of use that as an indication, right? Yeah. We can definitely have a look in there. Now, fnatic have played this map twice. They had the overtime affair that they were able to pick up, which was, I think it was a double OT game, actually. So they've already been through their paces a little bit on Nuke. As we get the smokes landing towards Yard. Now, there is a flash on Alex for Brollan here. Here we go.
Flashed off, and they know where he is. Isolating the duel, but Frozen. He's had his cereal this morning. And Brollan's save rifle has nothing left, and neither do the poor topside defenders. USP versus a bouncy Mac 10. We know how that story ends.
wouldn't this become something, right? If Frozen does become, because he was a name, and you're gonna have to go back a couple years, but he was one of these names that was seen as a young up-and-coming prospect. He's still quite young. I'll need to get his exact age. I don't feel like he could be older than maybe 19 for Frozen.
Yeah, I mean 20th maybe coming up next year.
Yeah, 19. So right, he's aged on our screens, right? Same as ropz did, right? Same as what Bemis. Well, these youngsters, they eventually become one of these stars. Now, Frozen, if he can be a consistent rifling presence in this team with ropz. Now, I don't know how much people know about the ropz conversation. You know, it's curious to see where ropz is a one-of-a-kind type player who is right now, I think a lot of people would argue, in a team that he could be in a better team, right? ropz would be a perfect fit on FaZe if they wanted to replace one of their members. You know, he could definitely get upgraded into one of these more star-studded rosters. So it's curious, if ropz does end up departing this team at some point, someone's going to have to feel that. And if Frozen is already putting down these performances, maybe he'll be the man who will do exactly that.
It's just funny when you talk about FaZe Clan, just thinking of how scary a twists, one rifle, and then you throw a ropz on the other side. Ooh,
with Brokey.
Yeah.
Starting to look pretty tidy over there.
Look at the aggression out of Mezzy. First gun round, and he's gone for a very early push of the hut. Now, this could lead to a bit of a surprise, and it's actually Mezzy that goes down on that. KRIMZ was there to try and support, but it's cost him his life, and a lot of pressure from the lobby hold of Mouse. That could lead fnatic into a bit of a dire strait because they've been so focused on that and kept honest with that. The Jackinho's orb, responsible for this rotate. He'll be calling for help when he needs it. Oh, jiggled. Just fell into the trap of the shoulder peak. Alex has pulled them back into contention, though, with a man advantage. And util destined for Jackinho. But they call a cancel, and he has that info immediately. That's a lot of information for fnatic.
Yeah, hard round now. But seeing the AWP is under, they can operate in yard with a few more liberties, right? Knowing that that big scoped green is not locking them down. However, Alex and Brollan with their orgs, maybe combined, they can give you that presence.
Oh, well, he gets information at the very least, and Brollan's in a prime position to at least catch them on the walk-in. Gets the first, multiple targets. Flash looks promising, but swings out early.
Time's a problem now.
mousesports 2v3. It's shaping up a bit more competitive than it was initially, but Jackinho, nice rotation, has found his first on the AWP.
Should be the save call now from Bemis, I think. Unless he wants to look for an extra kill or two and do some damage, that is probably the best he can hope for. 11 seconds, would need to start running right now. He's not going to get the plant if he's not going to get the plant. No ifs or buts about it here. So fnatic, first gun round, they get on the board and they do so pretty tidily, even with a miss here or there. The lobby aggression punished, but they were able to find. We didn't see the kill, but I think the kill must have come through as they're trying to lurk down the vent. Because if they get that vent controlled, then they can apply so much pressure to Jackinho on that lower side. Oh, so re-aggression on the hut and a different member. That's just annoying. That's just annoying right there. So while they're working on their yard foray, fnatic are taking back that lobby space. Standard stuff, and here we go again. Guns back out, AWP for A-Corp.
Yeah, they're going to contest yard. It looks like Jackinho wants to have a look with his AWP on that red container peak, and it's Molotov'd out. They'll have heard it. They're ready for you. Oh, Jackinho's in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble, and yeah, caught out. Frozen will execute him with nothing to contribute. A-Corp with the miss, and it results in his demise. Youch. That's going to leave a mark. Suddenly, a advantage becomes a disadvantage for Mouse. They had it in the palm of their hands. AWP recovered now. Going to try and ply his trade as Dexter recovers A-Corp's big green. They're rotating in through Secret. It's going to be really threatening as well from Mezzy.
Yeah, they could lock down yard here. Hold up. The Brit doesn't need help. He's got it himself. Alex just ripping heads off. Only two more to find right now. This one has gone very, very flat. Mezzy might seal the deal right here. Okay, that's a lifeline. A minute on the clock. Something to work with for mousesports.
Yeah, I guess Alex has got to do it all. Good clear. Another body. Oh, we'll take the ace. Great work from the Brit. fnatic, their second, and a recovery. That's two 4v5 recoveries. Like, fnatic have conceded the opening death twice, and that's twice that Alex and fnatic have recovered.
Good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff right there from Alex. That's what we call the replay on, I'm trying to think. You remember the spider webs where they gave all the spiders different drugs?
Yes, yeah. That was a classic.
Yeah, on some form of drugs, the replay right there. We speed them up, we slow them down, we do them in reverse. And We take a little bit of a gander here at what Acor's scout can provide, because mousesports have been pushed back down towards these pistols. It is just a half investment. Guns will be able to come out in the next. And you can see Alex working on a whole new avenue. This time he's going secret. Didn't work for Mezzy. Oh, it might not work for Alex.
That's more than he bargained for.
I've seen enough.
Yep, call that done.
Well, they have to worry about him. And they're actually going to press the issue here. So gap in the smoke, Jackinho hits a nice shot on the cross.
Yeah, he's confirmed multiple bodies across as well, so he knows it's not just smoke and mirrors. And a smoke of their own design arrives at the 70-second mark. So that will shave some time off and really kind of dampen the control mousesports were hoping to garner.
Yeah, if you have these pistols, you're hoping to get away with a lot of room, and now just playing in the smoke.
He's walked through. That's nice from Frozen. Great angle management. Great angle management. Slipped the net. Alex will tap ahead, but there's a gap now. And mousesports, they'd love a plant, right? You've got a smoke. You've got the bomb on the back of Dexter. It's Alex's mission to deny such.
You kind of feel a bit bad for Frozen. He got passed, and because his teammate went down, it forced Alex into a more passive stance anyway. So Frozen's little space-taking maneuver will be denied. Jackinho's AWP strikes again, and this one here falls flat for the partial investment of Mouse. Just Acor and his scout.
AD. And it's Alex again. Lots of multi-kills back-to-back. 8 kills in 2 rounds from the in-game leader of fnatic. And we'll see how they transpired as well. Catching another one on this red container line. That was actually from the previous round. We were talking about it before, so you get to see that aforementioned ace as we have a multi-kill master in Alex 2 rounds back-to-back. The AUG is back, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think that the AUG allows you to play certain positions a little bit more aggressively against the AKs, just because of that scope nature. The M4, yeah, sure, there's some crispy aim boys out there, but this kind of levels the field a little bit more so.
First time I've seen such a quiet series out of Mezzy. So far, kept very honest. They're coming again. ropz is ready. 3 different targets. They're baiting him with barrels, but he doesn't care. And ropz will hold first. And maybe even continue into the top site. Wow, he's trying to do a lot on his own here. Bit of a solo project.
Might get cleared here if they jump up hard. Oh, spotted. Another one for ropz. That's 2 in the round.
Finally. Oh, and Jackinho overwhelmed. He'll call for backup, call for aid. The low site lost. Vents rotate cut off, and I don't know if they fancy their chances here. The bomb's going to be planted nice and safe. Ramp from Alex. He might be able to catch one on the way out.
Nade's not bad. Not bad at all.
But Acor posting up, peeking actually through the smoke of that HE, leaves KRIMZ saving his M4.
Okay, well, back and forth we go. So mousesports are going to retain this lead here, just by 1. But that there, and we need to really tunnel in on fnatic's response. So as soon as they heard the mollies, the smokes, the flashes, everything towards that yard position, it's clicked. Their prep work is, let's take lobby off of them. Like, let's really punish them. Let's see if we can get a kill here, remove that late round little thorn in our side, and then be able to rotate to lower while they get stalled out. But if ropz does that, gets a kill, they were in the blind spot. They didn't completely clear, right? The hut guys pushed out, they kind of cleared. It was the ramp guy's responsibility. He wasn't able to get the kill necessary. And then the fact he gets a second, well, at that point, you're really, really down a creek without a paddle.
Yeah, I mean, like, ropz, the fact his awareness, he just knows there's multiple CTs pushing on his location, and to take another, pushing out aggressive, he even took a chunk out of Alex's hunt as well. Oh, he had no armor. That's why that nade hurt as much as it did. So a good catch, stopping Acor before things got a little out of control.
That's the thing for ropz in that position as well. Consider that, like, you have to hold, so you want to focus on your crosshair, but you need to also calm how many people are pushing you, right? So, not an easy one, but here's Alex, back again.
Yeah, he likes this aggressive maneuver and just hoping and praying. Oh, there's so much sound. They're just galloping. This flanking could be perfect. Alex McMeekin with 1. The bomb lost. That's the perfect frag to find. They have to retrieve it, and he just evaporates, disappears. KRIMZ lost elsewhere down the vents. Ramp is still under fnatic control, but they've lost ropz down into the lower site.
Wait, they can pick up the bomb right now. Nobody's watching it. If Acor grabs this and they still head towards lower with ropz, he has that vent rotation, or at least he did.
Yeah, you'd think they want to actively get ramp.
Oh, they shouldn't go B now. The fact that ropz left the vent has given Alex a chance to establish control towards the lower side.
Oh, but he's expecting him to be too far pushed up. He's not ready for reactions, and ropz will find him.
The wrong way.
Yeah, completely booked. Where do they want to go with this? Brollan, important duel to win. Slams the door closed, and perhaps even the opportunity for mousesports to string together 2 here.
Great molly.
Love the incendiary. They'll keep him at bay. About half of the smoke's delay. About 7 seconds left on the obscured sight, but he's playing around it, in front of it. Oh, they have to clear. Bemis is the next victim of the Brollan Org. And Acor left wanting. With 30 seconds, he'd have a real hard time getting that bomb down. Brollan confirms it.
Handled there, and it looked for a moment like maybe it got out of control, right? You could see Alex just slink on in, and you're right. I guess when he goes down and he clears decon, he's thinking, well, they have to be passed, right? I didn't stall them out for that long with the 1 kill, but he did. And that was Alex open and shut case there towards Yard. You're right about the importance of that kill. You saw what that did. You really want, if you're doing this flank like Alex has done, for all 3 of them to be perfectly lined up, and you get that Dream Boy little spray down. But Brollan here, he gets the 3-piece feed towards the lower side. Great stuff for him. And now mousesports, well, they're back. Wondering, what do we do with the purchase here? 5.1 on ropz, he's got an AK. Acor, 4.3, he could get an AK. BMAS can go with Galil. Frozen and Dexter could operate with a couple of Deegs, maybe some P250s with armor and util around it if they'd like. They're in a position here still to cripple the CT economy, so... Oh, okay. They're working out the buy here. Acor's been dropped a scout. He could drop an AK. They're not going all in. I thought that maybe they would go all in on this.
Yeah.
So they're really part of their game plan. If you're not going to go for a buy like this, you have to have faith in your game plan and the fact that Acor needs an AWP for that. Because otherwise, like, why not risk it with like 3 rifles, couple pistols? So they think that they need all those smokes and flashes. Makes sense on a map like Nuke, right? You know how much utility is required to get you across to Secret and to all those different smoke walls.
Yeah, and their outside hold for this round is going to be Alex in that secret stairs. So if he feeds the beast, if he puts his head in that scout...
He's coming.
He's got in a boosted position as well, so Alex might be caught out by the extra elevation.
Oh, okay. Little silent there Alex didn't like.
Yeah, something put him off.
Hoodoo voodoo.
Now, Jackinho, he can be peaked by the Acor scout, but it's all for scout. He's holding a very passive line, just enough to basically be the early warning system for a descent to the secret stairs.
Has to be a headshot, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, Alex is coming back.
Good
he might
timing.
catch them off guard here.
Yeah,
Look
really,
at this run boost as well. They're going to do top of red.
Really,
they didn't get it off.
Perfect timing on Alex's arrival, and that's the end of Jackinho's AWP. Damn, great contribution out of Acor.
Look at the space. Dexter.
Exactly what they wanted.
He's real quick on this. If they deal with Mezzy, top heaven. Oh!
Oh! He's got another one. Brollan's ramp rotate's been cut down as well. And now Dexter, he charging his team towards Alex's lower ramp. Mezzy does contribute as well, but Alex, he hears all of this. Mezzy reacts accordingly as well. They're making this one costly, Mouse. It shouldn't be much more. fnatic have to handle this.
Yeah, the time now. If they kill Alex, they can plant, but that's a big if.
Yeah, and what, you're going to use the AWP as the entry fragger? Dexter's done very well to find 2. Never mind the first on that AWP.
Oh, they're not even clearing their corners here.
Alex has missed his shots and Beamer strikes. With a couple of seconds, they just need to covering. That's enough. Survive. All you have to do is survive. I think the bomb might go down.
Is there time? Oh!
Holy moly. These 2 teams. fnatic have been given a little bit of an intervention from a higher power, though, because, good God, extra second on that, and they're losing to an uninvested Mouse.
They were just scrambling there to deny that plant. Yeah, imagine if the bomb was going down behind the silo. They swing open the door, and they can't deny it whatsoever. Okay, well, that one got close. It was very, very little investment there from mousesports.
Oh.
Some nice shots. Let
me see this one. So Brollan, was he just rotating through? Oh, he still had his back there.
Okay. So Dexter really caught them off guard with that pace right there.
They're both there at the door as well. Really could have gone
good scrambling. Okay. Well, mousesports have them right where they want them here. They can break this CT bank right here, right now.
And this is what they were waiting for, Chad.
He might get both. He might get both. They're lining up nades.
Alex. Oh, he hasn't been able to find anything. And now he's being hunted down, but Jackinho's AWP is enough to defend him. Solid contributions again from the Swede. He knows another hard shot to hit. Just the tip of the dome of Dexter spotted on the silo. But call it quits. They've already lost 2 players.
Oh, I feel like there's a bit of prep work that's gone into fnatic CT side here. It's like Alex knew exactly where to look for those nades being set up. So he could have had a juicy, juicy double. Regardless, we have the same outcome here as the smokes will be limped out late. Just trying to give Frozen some room to work with, something to sink his teeth into.
Let's see how the mousesports squad recover from this. I mean, a 2-man disadvantage. You're going to have to do something as a unit with what little remains of your unit. Dexter still Yard with Frozen. Dropping some util to set him up for success. They do seem to like this gap. Oh, and Jackinho just left heaven completely. Gap. Why Wide open for Frozen to take and not seize the opportunity here.
Time is going to become an issue, right? 30 seconds. He needs to whip two heads off real quick.
How is this constantly a gap? KRIMZ checking it
he might even get three. He might even get three here.
Oh my lord. Jackinho's on the side as well. Oh, Mezzy checks it. Another one where fnatic are saved by the bell. It's 4 from Jackinho. Don't let that go unnoticed. The glass cannon AWP dismantles Mouse.
Just thought it was way too quiet, didn't they? Something was up. That's a couple times here. Like Alex not poking his head up secret when he could have gone down to a scout. This time, just the pivot late to heaven. They're bailing them out of a sticky situation. They didn't even know they were in. Great AWPing here from Jackinho. Keeping up that form. 4 for him.
Yeah, and I'm returning to Nuke as well, a map where he did have his worst performance of the Pro League group so far, so it's great to see him rebounding back, demonstrating it's not the map itself, just a bit of a write-off performance. And we return to mousesports on the light buy. I mean, don't forget, Chad, the round we just witnessed, the Jackinho 4K, mousesports bided their time financially to put their best foot forward with that T-side AWP, but it was the first death, just popped his head off the silo. Brollan looks like he's going to be tested for at least a couple here.
Conservative stuff out of Brollan.
Very.
Takes a shot and falls.
Jackinho establishes the line in the sand. If he gets jumped on, if Dexter draws his crosshair away, oh, he still hits the shot, and Brollan, problem solved. Frozen, they know he was there. He was the last one to hit the shot, the only one to hit the shot, and Brollan will collect. Solid handling for the Swede on his ramp defense against that light buy, but we will get mousesports back into the fray with all the bells and whistles they can desire. Jackinho back on his AWP, and 3 scope rifles again for fnatic. They love themselves, the AUG. Alex has demonstrated, Brollan has as well. KRIMZ just a bit of the old guard.
Yeah, well, the AK, you know, you take that any day of the week.
No, I just mean, you won't see KRIMZ on an AUG.
Oh, he doesn't use it?
I haven't seen him.
He doesn't like it?
No, I mean, when you've probably been the very best in the world with the M4 for a couple of years, you've probably got a bit more confidence behind it.
Bit cheaper too. Maybe he's a penny pincher. You never know. Doesn't want to break the bank.
Don't know, tattoos are quite expensive, aren't they? He's not a penny pincher.
Yeah, you're right. Got a couple of those. It's good seeing him do some more interviews and stuff.
Oh yeah, and in English no less. He was always just kind of happy to let the other personalities of fnatic do it.
Thing is, he was like part of the Funny Boy crew with Flusher and JW.
Oh,
I heard that those 3 got along quite well, so you can tell that they'll be funny lads, you know, having a bit of a troll here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, make no mistake, when someone is, you know, soft-spoken or quiet, doesn't always necessarily mean, it just means they're more selective about who they share their character with.
Oh. Well, L-Block Smokes have garnered control of Warehouse here.
Yeah.
Frozen and Bemis are across, and if they do the run boost, right, they can get across that door without being spotted, but it isn't too many worries here.
This is the gap that Dexter seems convinced.
Here's the run boost I was talking about.
Whee!
So then across, Bemis can now pick in tandem with Frozen and give him an angle that maybe Alex wasn't ready for.
This is the gap. Alex is going to keep taking little jiggles, but mousesports have been profiting from it, or at least threatening from it. Ropz still holding his lobby, but Bemis perhaps going to go unchecked.
Time again is a big problem, isn't it?
It is. They're tickling the toes of Mezzy. Jumps up into the Dexter AK, and now the setup on top is being checked. Dexter kept honest. Ropz trades. KRIMZ with nothing to report, and this is a mousesports take. Running that clock down. Jackinho,
the bomb's
he's
loose.
playing games here. He hits the first. Had time to play with and profit from.
He hits the second.
Yeah.
The bomb had to get planted.
And he would have had an opportunity to at least be a threat, right?
Yeah, wow, okay. mousesports here really running the clock down in a lot of these scenarios.
It's about time one of them went their way, though, considering how close some of the fnatic wins have been.
So watch this.
Bomb lose, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If he hits Ropz.
Yeah, does the bomb get planted? It would have been close.
Oy.
Yeah, probably goes. Well, actually, he could have contested.
I think
in
he'd
the
have had to have planted front sight in the rush.
And then Jackinho could have attacked him in that moment. All right.
Yeah.
Open for interpretation.
Oh, Alex, just constantly doing something different. This is ridiculous. What are you up to? He's walking
Lost
through
in the
all
smokes.
of the yard smokes. I think he'll have to accept defeat.
Ooh.
Still up to his usual antics, and
They're still trying to find him.
that's the AWPer and the bomb again.
Oh, not this again.
No, and as the smokes have faded, the bomb is lost. They can no longer cross.
The smoke dancer.
Ouch.
Well, that's a bit of peppering right there.
Believe how willing he is to commit to the fight. ropz obviously looking for a return. Wants to pull it back into a even 4v4.
The bomb is still loose in yards, so at some point they will have to pick this up. They've just been stalled out again. Here, Mouse.
Yeah, so they'd actually just let them have yard and stack the top site. Kind of cool. KRIMZ, they're walking up on him and... Oh, he's got the scope rifle. He spots out the barrel of Frozen. More targets to find, though. It's Dexter's flank that does it all. Round winning from Dexter again. And take a look at the scores. You know, he's hanging with the big boys on Mirage. He's doing the same here on Nuke.
It has to be a save here from fnatic as well, doesn't it? They don't really have enough money to invest in going for a round like this.
What's your take on when the bomb, you know, like in the same way that they did it before, when the bomb's lost on A-Core, they kind of just let them have it instead of contesting and making them fight for that yard bomb?
Well, you could see just how much time they bled off the clock. They're just trying to pick that back up, right? And one of the things here is Mezzi's probably going to get hunted here if ropz clears his corner. But one of the things, there you go, that happens if you play the bomb is you are giving up a lot of space to play the bomb. And if you do that early in the round, think about how many new positions that you have to worry for and account for, right? So you need to have like an ironclad defense of that bomb, or it needs to fall in a position where it's like, let's imagine if the bomb drops in cave on Ancient.
Yeah. All
right, boys, there's 2 choke points. It's late in the round, they don't have any util, great. But imagine if that was early in the round, they had mollies. You can't all just go in cave, right? So it's going to be situational, but because Alex gets away with that so early, and we saw what it forced. Their plan was to get down secret. Well, they didn't get down secret, right? They actually had to go back through. So you can make arguments for it either way. If you had an AWPer out there, Jackinho only had a scout.
Solid T-Haul, though, from Mouse, and they can do a whole lot better now up against the formality of round 14. There's absolutely nothing that should be threatening. The saved scout, we just witnessed Jackinho keeping hold of that. So in Counter-Strike, you can never act too surprised when something crazy happens on the lighter buys. I think you got a little info there. Alex is going to try and piece together what he's spotted. Some lined up outside smokes might mean there's a bit of a vulnerability lobby.
I was just thinking a bit more about this Frozen conversation, right? So Petter's obviously said in 10 out of those 18 maps won, I think is what we were talking about, that Frozen has been their highest performer. I'm curious in the maps lost where he came, because that right there is, you know, if in the maps won, if he's playing well, that's exactly what, you know, we're after here, him to play well. In the maps lost, if he's, you know, not contributing, he's a bit of a non-issue, that becomes a conversation in itself. And this one's been handled, so the score will be tied up 7-7. Final round of play will net a total of 2,400 coming into the bank balance. So Alex with that kill, that's actually going to be pretty helpful regarding his buy. It's going to be an extra grenade or an extra something for him to purchase. Leading the charge right here, Alex. 16 kills for him, 11 for Jackinho. We've got Brollan on 9, 4 for KRIMZ and 3 for Mezzi, who, yeah, has been kept a bit quiet here. How's it looking good here to even, like, this is a great T-Haul. This is their map choice. I said when they played EG last night that they were only able to pick up 5 in total.
Up the ladder.
Ouchie mama.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been able to, like, truly wear my Simp socks today for Mezzi. Like, I've had to keep them in the drawer, and that's probably a good thing for everyone involved. But we are ready to see who is going to win out the half. 1 round to determine it. Very close game between Mouse and fnatic. I think mousesports have been in a very kind of, what's the word, like transitional period where I just don't know where to put them in the world.
Yeah, well, they should be threatening.
They should. And when I read the names, I get excited. I'm like, oh yeah, this is ropz' team. You know, like, that's how I describe it. Ah, yes. But yeah, very volatile for the boys of Mouse so far. Let's see if they can finish this one off as the project from Frozen again cut short. How many opening kills does Alex's CT side net him? Mezzi anti-flash perfect for the first. And this is a very common little walkout. The Alexi B. Pop flash. Oh, he turns it. Mezzi quick to the trigger. Multiple targets advancing on him. More sprays through. KRIMZ receives another. And falling apart for mousesports here. Trying to get down the vents. A couple of stray bullets. Tag A-Core's descent, and now he's all alone. Where's that bomb? Lost on the top site. He hears you.
Oh, yeah. I think they have a pretty good idea where A-Core's going to be, and he's going to have to make some sound cues here. So break in case of emergency. I'd say a 1-on-5 is an emergency. Good luck, A-Core.
1?
Probably none.
Brollan. lingering in that off angle for the 8th. fnatic will win out the half, albeit by the smallest of margins. We'll be finding out whether we need the 3rd. Overpass in the wings should we require. mousesports 1-0 up, and fnatic just the single roundup. And he's gotten away with the AWP. I'm starting to get nervous. There's no way. There's no way. KD, you can't win Pro League like this. You're just in time to catch the second half of Nuke. So make yourself comfortable. Grab yourself a beverage. H2O is a nice option. That's hydrogen and oxygen combined.
Squared.
How does it work again? It's dihydrogen, H2O.
I just drink it.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
I try not to do anything sciencey.
Yeah.
And basic maths is where I leave it as well. We stay away from all the theorems.
Oh, Mezzi's got a lot more than he bargained for in his little boost on project. Too aggressive on red, and you can see 1xBet starting to believe firmly in mousesports. Makes sense with Mirage already converted on mousesports terrain here. This is the mousesports pick, and ropz has been deterred out of ramp. That's an important goosh because it gives them space. And if they want to go to the low side, they will be allowed in. Dexter, however...
They're going to clear him, surely.
Yeah, I mean, most teams will give it a passing glance at the very least.
Just how many can he get?
None is the answer, and ropz actually caught out as well, despite swinging open that door upon the smoke. And Acor cleared out as well. Great work from fnatic here. They've left no stone unturned, no corner uncleared.
Just frozen to fine now, so...
Oh my goodness, he got 3!
Wow!
That is some stunning shooting.
He has a kit
and he
here,
actually
you know?
could do this, you know, it's KRIMZ to deny. Can we see that one again? Put it in slow motion, put some string music over it, because that is poetry in motion. Great shooting.
Shooting there.
Like, he just made 1v5 like joke into something quite serious. Like, let's do that. Boop. The second is great. The third is out of this bloody world. Bang! Baby.
Before he even hits the ground, look at this. Mid-leap. Hello, Alex. Oh, lifted. Okay, well, they didn't win, but
No.
they made it seem special.
Yeah, it went from straight up no one paying attention to at least half of us.
Yeah, some people turn their eyes in attention. All right, well, mousesports have gone for the 4 spy. Now, it's going to be difficult here on the CT side. You either hope they come to you early, or hope when they take some control of the map, your gamble is correct. Because if they just do some secret smokes here late and cross on down, you have to, first of all, think if your Mouse, well, are they actually going? Second of all, if they are, how many players are we going to dispatch to deal with this? So wall smoke's lobbed on out. Diagonal variety.
Oh,
that's
dear.
nice.
Mezzi's had a real nightmare there. Acor pop shot through the smoke straight to the bloody face. Now Mezzi forced to watch as his team tries to stomach the mousesports force.
Now that there, right, when teams do exactly that smoke wall, one of the reasons Acor's spamming in that kind of direction is because you stay close to that wall so you can't get spotted from heaven. You don't want to cross deep red. Frozen's seen enough. And he has help.
Yeah, I'm a bit sketched out if I'm fnatic right now. And the timing of Frozen in a powerful position, as is ropz. And with 30 seconds, they won't be able to do their due diligence. There'll be corners uncleared. And Frozen a chance. It's ropz with another bomb now loose. We need Jackinho's response. He does put it in the feed. Ramp is a threat. Time is an issue. More frag out of Acor. Can they contest the plant?
Oh,
yeah,
easily.
Dexter can deny, and that's the end of the round. His second round force. He just doesn't have the health for this. Too many men. Not enough time. Triple kill out of Acor. He started that. And mousesports finish it. Oof.
Yeah, okay. Well, they dealt with that one pretty nicely, didn't they? The fact you get a freebie through the smoke on your little walk-through yard, that is a big problem for fnatic here. And they're going to be investing straight back. They're not going to give up just yet. Without that plant going down means they're not going to be as punishing as they could be. And there it is in the replay. This one was important as well. That allowed Dexter to poke his head out the door, and then an easy one for Acor with the USP to finish things off. So great stuff. That's the impact we're talking about on the scope rifles from Acor.
Force buy back. Interesting.
They have room to work with, right? This smoke. Oh, they're out.
Yeah, well, trying to.
I don't think BMS's knows.
Did you not hear that? Nade, like, impacted KRIMZ. This is the flash that they're waiting for. It does force the first. Brollan onto the other. They're into the site, courtesy of the Brollan Tech 9. Now, Acor's got to be really careful with that AWP. Frozen from heaven. Now, he should be able to deny the plant. Mezzi's babysitting, so if Mezzi is good for this headshot... Ooh, good timing. Great fight, and Frozen will take them both down. Wow, what a recovery out of Mouse. It could have got really messy there, but solid hold, and it's Frozen again being the differentiating factor for mousesports in this head-to-head with fnatic.
Well, tied up now. This is looking great for mousesports here, right? I don't think we'll see another force buy from fnatic. They should have to stomach the eco now that 2 consecutive rounds are on the board. And this is mousesports' chance to take a lead, similar to what we saw on Mirage, right? It was 9-6 on the half over there on Mirage, and then they grabbed pistol, they got the conversion, they had the first gunny, and then from there it all just came up mousesports. And their CT side last night against EG, they just locked them out. They just absolutely locked them out. I think they dropped 1 round maybe on that CT half. So right now, not looking great for fnatic fans around the world.
Yeah, and their Pro League run so far has been a bit of a...
Must have been surprising.
Yeah, a bumpy run, I'd say as well for Mouse. I think the loss to FaZe Clan definitely leaves a mark. A loss to RV, perhaps a little more expected. What's going on here? Why am I seeing fnatic's name in the feed? Thank you, Beamers. Thank you very much. Whew. A couple of P250s connecting on their execute, but the CTs laugh it off, shrug it off, and AK recovered for Beamers. And we say play on. Guns are back out for fnatic, and mousesports will edge over into that 10-9 lead.
Well, I guess this is important for this T campaign. If fnatic get blanked here, right, if they just get absolutely shut out of this and they're not able to contribute with too many kills whatsoever, might start spelling the beginning of the end, as a timeout is called. An important round to do so, right? We're just setting the context of that, so fnatic are feeling the pressure of this one too. Want to make sure everybody understands exactly what Alex wants them to do. And note that Jackinho hasn't purchased just yet. There you go. So the conversation was, what are we going to do here? Are we going to do something where I'm better off in a rifle, right? Are we going to end up secret where I need head armor? Or are we going to do a bit more of a round where I need my AWP for presence, or are you going to send me out searching for a frag? And he will get to go toe-to-toe against Acor's AWP on the other side. But a lot to discuss here for fnatic. This is a hugely important round here.
Indeed it is.
Just want to double check as we let this timeout sink on through. So in the Mouse vs fnatic game, let me read you guys this little excerpt here before we get underway. Nothing will be set in stone after this game alone. fnatic win obviously gets them much closer to qualifying, and for example, they can qualify if EG were to beat Na'Vi later today, but otherwise, there'll still be a lot of scenarios where they don't go through. So basically...
Nothing's safe.
Nothing's going to be set after this match, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wait for Na'Vi EG up next, and then Big FaZe, the final game of the day. That'll be nice. Yeah, that will actually. Big FaZe. And the Big Clan fresh off of a disruptive win against Na'Vi. So Frozen ahead of the smokes, and he wants info. He wants to confirm if there's anybody home. Brollan is. ropz, however, ready to lock it down and confirms that Brollan was all on his own. The CTs will be prepared for a presence. Ramp and Acor called upon and called into action. He takes one. Going for wall bangs. Careful, Mezzi. You're playing with fire, bro. And they will descend into the lower side, but there's two boys here to receive them. Beamers, ready to swing this door open. Perfect. It's a blind spot. Mezzi trades at the very least. Oh, they don't know where they are. Fakes it out. Dexter tries to go for the denial, and it costs him his life through the doors. That's big from Mezzi. A risk from Dexter. And now this 2v2 really hinges on ropz' rifle. Mezzi plants. Will he be in a safe angle from the ropz hunt? They don't have answers yet. Mezzi's going to be feeling paranoid about that decon door. Oh, he has so much faith in Jackinho. I think Jackinho's watching the decon door from dark right now. So he can just focus his attention on both this ramp peek from Acor and ropz edging out. Great shot out of Mezzi on what's one of his jiggles. Don't forget, Jackinho's got no armor. He's just going to get shredded if Mezzi does go down.
Survival integral here, Mezzy. Managing his angles very well, and he gets the info for free. ropz, he could finish it right there. A tag, can't finish the shot. Jackinho, under pressure, hits the crucial shot necessary, makes it 10.
Oof, that one got real tight indeed, and maybe not even around fnatic should have won. Dex just putting bullets through the door makes him susceptible. This is it. When BMS swings up the door, it forces Alex's position like back into this tight corner. Mezzy gets the trade off of that. And this here, Dex is just trying to say, hey, get off the plant, right? Just allow my teammates to get... But because he's doing damage with the spam, the door breaks, Mezzy has the AK, gets the kill, delays like a god, and that's a round that mousesports really let slip right there.
Yeah, I mean, a great turnaround as well. Mezzy gets a whole lot of credit. It was the two of them. And yeah, fist bumps are exchanged. You are going to be starting to feel the mojo flow just a little more. Timeout taken off the back of that.
Oof, and they're not even going for a full investment here, Mouse. They could have done on a few of their players to get out rifles. You can see ropz, he's already got into a Deagle and Kevlar. BMS has gone into an MP9 and Kevlar. So they could have had a couple of rifles here. Now, we've seen them take this conservative approach. They did it in the first half. They're doing it again here in the second half. Now, if they can even just keep this one costly, take 2 to 3 guns, that would be pretty good, just because you won't allow fnatic to build a bank and they're going to be in the same position. But if they just fall flat here and these light investments do nothing, that's going to give fnatic a bit of a buffer here towards the tail end of this one.
Potentially disrupted wall smokes there. mousesports from both Trophy and Hut go looking in lobby and have nothing to report. So an early and preemptive rotate. They're coming through the top side though. Dexter does well to find the head of Brollan. And Beamer's planning a little bit of a surprise up his sleeve and up the vents. KRIMZ, he checked him, spots him. Don't you dare go hunting for that. That's a scary off-limits vents for now. Another Deeg in the feed. What's going on here? fnatic with the bomb plant. KRIMZ should have lobby on lock now.
They have to worry about vent because of that presence, but they need to clear KRIMZ first.
Oh, he's not ready for it. Frozen. The element of surprise is everything.
Are they going for this or not? What are Mouse doing right now?
They don't know. I think the Beamer Galil's surely being saved.
They're just doing damage, but they had a real chance to go for this round. It's wild. Like, ropz is now just lingering passively back towards T lobby. They could have made this real threatening here, so maybe called this one off a little bit too early. fnatic will get their 11th round, and doing damage on the way out the door is just not enough. The Galil, the best thing they could have carried on through, is gone. And we will see the mousesports gun round come in next round anyway, but it's just a bit odd they didn't go for it. I felt like they had an advantage.
Yeah, certainly some more pressure towards that side. Get fnatic hot under the collar, but they'll kind of be given that. They'll take the 11th. Bit of pressure on those Deagle buys, but yeah, fnatic now have to do it in hard mode up against the fully bought up Mouse.
Now, Mouse here are lacking a smoke on BMS. They're lacking a molly on Acor and ropz, well, and Frozen as well. So they're missing some key utility here. If fnatic did something a little bit faster, maybe they could punish, but looks like more of the same with the smokes towards Yard. The smoke in front of the vent right there. Well, Acor can call that one clear, but he's doing a very dicey maneuver with that AWP. We'll reposition to deal with the secret walk. That's all a ruse. It's just Brollan.
It's a fun little project for Brollan to work with. His read of the game will be tested in a role like that.
ropz, they're coming.
They might boost the AWP, and ropz not going to give anything away. You'll hear this. ropz hears a lot. He suspects trouble. They're looking away. ropz goes 1 for 1. Is that enough? Is that sufficient? As it seems the lower side is right into Acor's palms. He greets them with a bullet. Alex gone.
Brollan's still coming, right?
Nice little util dump. And yeah, Brollan's been working on this project. He started his descent now. Acor's back his turn to that prospect.
Acor's dead.
Yeah, booked. And now the site becomes fnatic's.
I feel like it has to be a save. mousesports just lost track of what was possible there for a moment. It looked like they had a good understanding, but I guess they didn't know that Brollan was across. But they didn't know either way that Brollan was across. And nobody tended to that. Acor seemed way too glued on the bomb site, unawares completely, just back turned. And they concede that kill. Nobody else had rotated down towards the lower side to give him a hand. At this point, fnatic get 12. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to that third.
In Acor's brain, like when he's got killed Alex, they don't know that there's the whole squad is converging on the site. He only knows that Alex may be making a bit of a gamble maneuver, might be pushing for some info. I suppose living in that reality. 12 for fnatic, and yeah, as you discussed, that overpass, which I would start to hedge my bets closer towards fnatic at that point. Definitely
so. I just think fnatic's CT side on overpasses has been great. Now, their T side has shown some weakness, but if you're able to just go 13 rounds on your CT side, I think, yeah, well, hold up, maybe we can just keep doing that.
Just win the knife, guys, then we don't even have to do T side.
So they've got 3 rifles saved, they've got 2 deagles upgraded, but mousesports here, they need to piece this one together because at the moment, just not really able to contest.
Oh, and Dexter's gone very early this time. At least Acor will be able to get some use out of the M4, but look at this. They're going straight into Frozen's location. That was Jackinho with the orb. And now Frozen for more. The multi-kill attempts. They land the bullets necessary. Acor throwing a couple more bullets. This could cost him his life. Could very well translate into a round for fnatic if he goes down. He's been allowed to escape. KRIMZ was posted up and confirmed on lobby. So a bit of a role reversal here. They might even fully swap roles if KRIMZ does fall.
You almost want them to go lower towards ropz right now. Oh, okay. Maybe that's exactly what they'll do. So lobby control now has been netted by Mouse, and I guess just with this limited info they have right now, they'll call it clear. The biggest issue becomes is if they wrap around to heaven. It might be a collision course for Bemis, Acor versus all of that of fnatic. Oh, and that's exactly where they're heading here. So I don't think Mouse will be in position to defend both heaven and hell.
Yeah, and they're mantling up silently. Acor's clear. Didn't get the full look.
We might catch a couple here, though.
He might, yeah. It's a good angle for it. Very good angle for it. And mezii, Alex, both looking the wrong way. Acor, huge impact on the recovered M4. Finally, they end him. And maybe the round not safe after all. ropz was on the low side. He's managed to get himself at least towards the heaven position. The Molotov needs to be good. Is it good? Yeah. Just about. That Bemis Molotov may have just saved their skins. That could have got really uncomfortable otherwise. But ropz now slinking up, and an AK for good measure. 1 tap is all it takes. They do get the info, though, and he doesn't have a kit. So it would just be his raw aim that would be the differentiating factor. Good luck, have fun. No info for him, and he might just want to hold on.
He would need to start pushing the issue now, right? Look how worried he is about all these different angles. So the fact that they're not giving him anything, bombs over halfway tick now, it's not going to happen, is it, ropz? And I think he knows it. So it's like a half-ditched attempt at the clutch. You know, it's like, well, if they give me something, I'll go for it. Otherwise, I'm out of here.
Oh,
and that's 13.
Yeah, and a different universe as well. After Acor's heroics, if Bemis is good for 1 on that heaven flank, it's a very uncomfortable round.
Yeah, it's just there. I think, you know, Acor's got the 2 kills and not expecting a third. So 3 players jumped up here, right? You see him get the first 2. It's that third man who's just completely unravels this one. Brollan late to the party and spoils it too. Yeah, you think it's clear at that point, right? And that one is the tightest of margins. So almost a genius play from Acor. Not quite enough. And mousesports, it's do or die time right here, right now. They've conceded 4 rounds in a row, as well as the pistol round in this second half. They've got max loss bonus. So they do lose this one. They save some guns again. Yeah, they can buy 1 more time. But they're running out of options and they're running out of opportunities.
I've been thinking about mezii's keybinds more.
Okay.
There's some logic behind having walk on mouse 2.
What logic?
In that when he's clicking, he's naturally releasing the walk, right? Like you naturally want to release that right click if you're taking a left. Maybe some sort of... No.
I thought it was just like a Quake bind.
Oh, no, it is Quake
days,
bind,
right?
He sat down at his dad's PC and just used his dad's controls, from my understanding. And his dad was an old game ahead of the curve, you know, a CRT boy.
Oh, here we go.
I like the boost. The smoke, unfortunately, has completely... Has it completely? Oh, KRIMZ. He gave exactly what they were waiting for.
I don't know if KRIMZ saw anything or if he was just prepared for the boost.
Just, I think a couple of bullets he was throwing down range was enough for Acor to have confidence in the shot.
Oh, block that smoke.
We didn't get the punish.
Brollan was already across. Loving this secret control he's got right now.
later return to lobby is always super uncomfortable for a T side. You have no idea where they could be pushed up to.
Gonna have to molly Beamers here. That's smoke. Yeah, okay. So as it starts to fade, Beamers gets out of dodge successfully, but pressure now as they're working on this top site. Mollies are in, smokes, flashes follow.
Oh, perfect from Acor. He's actually confirmed that the bomb is on its way down. They won't be able to chase him necessarily, and there is space for a plant. Alex looking to catch any of this chaotic rotate. If Mouse start to over-rotate with a bit too much pace, there could be a way where fnatic can destabilize and make a 3v5 convincing.
Nobody rotated lower. Nobody started to get a look in there, even though they knew that one had slipped on down, and now they're getting a move on. fnatic actually are in a decent spot to win this.
Yeah, and Alex's flank, it could be time to perfection here. Jackinho, lots to do. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, my lordy lord. Not going to say anything.
It was unlikely that they were going to win a 3-on-5, but there was a moment in time where I was thinking there was a chance. So, someone defuse. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, you got the AWP. That's fine. Just get him on the board right now, Mouse, because
yeah,
you may be a little bit luckier than you should be.
That late rotate there. This was the fragger, who was it? Jackinho, that's what I was waiting for. So Jackinho, when we cut to Jackinho's POV with like 3 descending towards him and Alex being on a dank flank for the last one down the vents, there was a universe where that 3v5 takes shape. But yeah, well recovered. mousesports needed that. That's compulsory for sure, and so is the following. All the AKs are out though. Let's see how fnatic choose to ply their trade here in round 25.
Okay, looks like they're getting the smokes out early here. Molly is going to help make sure their smoke wall isn't disrupted. Acor through the flames, through the fire.
Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa! And goes for a quickie, pulls down Brollan. And they're trying to trade. They will catch him with some bullets. I thought there was a stray. Yeah, Frozen was behind him. He spent so long, though, he could still catch them completely off
in the back
guard.
here, Frozen, you're not looking the right way.
Has he called it clear? There's no idea.
They've got a wild timing here.
What? So they are surprising to Dexter, but Frozen could be surprising to fnatic.
Oh.
They've completely swapped roles.
Yeah, so Frozen's lobby presence does nothing, and the bomb is with them towards heaven. This has to come down to the top defense, which is just one man.
And Bemis is still worried about the hut push.
Well, lobby's clear, mate. They're in top.
You've just been mollied from heaven.
You're locked in hut.
What do I do? He could deny this.
Oh, dear.
Full smoked off. He's got nothing to say or do about this. What's that? I can smell it. Overpass?
It's seeming very likely right now, isn't it? mousesports seem lost in these CT side rotations. The info they do have is being used against them here. ropz dropped lower that rounds, which gave them ramp access. They all just swarmed on heaven. So it feels like the rotations here of mousesports are really troubling them. And, well, yeah, look, the loss bonus is in a position for a mouse buy. I don't know what the mix-up could be. Acor got you one for free there. He did go down, but found some early impact. You felt Frozen if he was just looking the right way. Could have had a kill or two and identified where that bomb was.
I think also because we were in Acor's POV, he didn't get any more info. Let's see it from here. So like he spots one more actually, and then he's straight into the smoke. Yeah. So Frozen just doesn't know what he's working with, what he's operating with. He definitely didn't spot the bomb, and that did result in the death of Dexter. And so 14 is found for fnatic. Solid T project for them here. It was a very even half, 8-7, but it seems that at this point in time, fnatic's T side is exploiting the gaps in the defense. Frozen's trying again. On his own this time, and probably more proactive this time. Fully flashed. Alex goes down. Brollan can't trade. Frozen with double impact. And that should put fnatic into a bit of a tailspin.
That's the two heavy hitters for fnatic in this map. 23 kills for Alex and 20 for Brollan. Both individuals eliminated early here, so Frozen has done a massive job with the assist of those flashes.
Yeah, and these rounds can just completely just fall apart. Like if you're fnatic, you want to stay together, you want to trade evenly, you're hoping for some CT aggression. I imagine Mouse, in the current state of affairs for them, they can't really afford to. They're just going to let the frags come to them. Who's going to have first contact here? It looks like Dexter is our observer's choice, and rightfully so. Jackinho not looking the right way, and a trade from Mezzi's just too far away as well. Good hold, lock down, and convert off of the double. Nicely done by Frozen.
Oof, okay, money now for fnatic is a conversation here. Maybe a timeout from them just to talk about what type of buy they want to have going forward. They have been looking great on this T half, but their loss bonus at the moment is very, very low. into the next round 1900. So if they take a conservative one here with just some Deagles or P250s, they can buy next round. But they should be conceding a 13th round to mousesports here. And you can see reflected in the buy. It's exactly what we're looking at. They didn't need to take the timeout. The finances in a bit more of an obvious situation than one that requires a 30-second chat. But this is all about getting as much as you can out of these small investments. The Deagles have been noted now, so Mouse will have a much better understanding of what they're playing against. And this little lurky boy smoke, give them some control here. Mezzy, he peels around it. That's just one of the smoke gimmicks, right? In these type of rounds, you have to go for a little maneuver like that. They're going to sprint towards ramp.
It's time for some stat padding.
Oh, might get out of control here.
I mean, you take two. You certainly have an opportunity now as Brollan, Swedish star, has an AK-47 within his grasp, and he's got 6 bullets. He would have to reload in front of his adversaries, and they'll have heard that. And they're going to clear him together, working on it as a unit. Frozen and Dexter still just slowly tapping and touching their keyboards. They haven't confirmed and called it clear, but they've got him locked in. And no armor. Yeah, if Bemis doesn't hit the first bullet, there's no aim punch. Brollan can be the snappy boy we all know he can be.
Oh, give it a chance. Give it a chance there. A couple of warning shots from Bemis before he finishes him off. But they kept it kind of costly, right? 2 is better than none. I think that's the saying.
I think that's how it goes,
That's definitely how it goes. Secondary ropz AWP here. Okay, so 2 big greens out to play for mousesports. And, well, they're only 1 round behind here.
An interesting one. It's just that KRIMZ's purchase of Kevlar on that Deagle Eco has resulted in a Galil instead of an AK.
Maybe he didn't do accounting.
Didn't crunch his numbers, didn't get the abacus out prior to that one.
Doesn't have his degree like Dexter.
Yeah. Doing it as a single father as well.
Yeah, it was hard. Can't believe he got through uni like that.
It's incredible, really. What a story.
And a professional Counter-Strike player on the side.
Just on the side. Just a side hustle, you know? Traveling overseas.
Leaving the kid on his own.
Leaving the kid on his own. That's honestly what the message said. It's like, it was really impressive that he managed to travel overseas considering his fatherhood. It's like, thanks, man. Thank you, Jonas. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
No.
Couldn't believe it. What a call.
He obviously doesn't watch HLTV Confirmed once a week, but it changes every day. It changes all the time. Updates available on SPUNJ's Twitter.
Slow stuff here from fnatic. Don't want to risk any of those frozen pushes towards yard early. So the crawl is reflected by the smoke wall here. L blocks as Alex and Brollan are getting flashed and stalled on out a little bit here.
They are quite shallow. Like, I think Aiko would have had a sight line, and Frozen's worked a lovely gap there. Brollan trying to crawl it back. Oh. It's fading. A chance here, and just about across the line. Now with double orbs, if the bomb goes down, I start to favor fnatic, Chad, in a very big way.
Oh dear, lower side.
No kit, really. I mean, Dexter's got one. I correct myself.
Oh, that's a huge miss.
And he's missed a real sitter there. Brollan's already on a very, very round-the-world flank. He knows Akor's working ramp. You can see he's acknowledged that from the sound cue. May as well check the vent rotate. He does have a passing glance. It's Dexter in lobby, though, holding on to what he can.
I don't want to be the guy to say it here, but Dexter has to save. Akor's down. There's not enough money for Dexter to risk going for this right here, right now. That is just that. The ropz miss, right? Like, wow. It could have been a 3v2 the other way, and then it's a much more manageable retake. Brollan's already low on HP. He's disconnected from the bomb in the lower site. Just that pivot down the vent and those rotations again.
How much does Frozen have to do for Mouse? Like, on these CT rounds, if it's not 2 out of Frozen, call it a fnatic round.
Maybe that's it. Maybe he needs 2 around. Maybe right now, with the way some of these scores are reading here, his contribution maybe worth a bit more than others. So this was great. Like, he's found the gap in the smoke wall. It looked like it was just really good, but the avenue, yeah, just not getting it done.
And he dies on the way back, just on the bolt.
Rough
lost
stuff.
AWP as well. I mean, like, checking the finances, Akor does have enough to repurchase that. But yeah, I think ropz is going to know all too well the responsibility on that AWP shot, and he doesn't hide his frustrations.
That's a rough one. Yeah. A very rough one. You don't need us to tell her with a reaction like that.
Overpass does loom, Chad. I mean, this is it. They're up to their neck in it.
They have everything they need, right?
Yeah.
mousesports is still able to be competitive here. I think that pace change from fnatic and not giving away an early entry They gave away the 2 opening kills. So I guess at the end of the day, when there's a gap to find, fnatic are doing it, right? They're finding these little holes. How is Alex going to finish them here? Window's broken on the way out of spawn. Oh, and that's a very passive line from Jackinho, right? So they're ready for a potential aggressive maneuver. But this looks more like a slower round out of the Swinglish side. Oh, ropz really dicing with it here. Smoke's faded now. Can't go for another maneuver like that. Doesn't even do that much damage. Is going back to spawn now to set up the smoke walls. Alex has decided now's the moment.
There's already one up. It's going to be a very weird and distorted pacing to that. I assume it would just be replaced. And they sail through the sky. 2 more to follow, about to bloom. Frozen called upon, as is Acor as the yard defense, and nothing to report just yet. Acor realizing he can't contribute from his current position. Frozen just sits there, eats the flash.
Fading.
Just as it fades, they do get across at least one. And Acor good for the peek onto Alex. They are descending into that lower side. mousesports have had their issues here. It was ropz. He's got Bemis in support as well. Oh, and a very snappy one out of the M4. Yeah, he will get caught. I wouldn't dare go up those vents. They're considering it. Dexter would laugh at the opportunity. 25 as well. God, this is weird now. Very uncomfortable for them. Jackinho's not going to be looking the right way. Frozen collects that one, and now vent to top. Dexter will take them both. And we will need the final round to determine it all. And fnatic, it's far from dreamy.
Oh, dearie me.
OT, definitely not out of the realms of possibility. And that's a product of mousesports conversion there, looking good.
Yeah, look, in the last 6 rounds of play at mousesports have managed 4 of those, and just the back and forth nature of the economy for both these teams late, the lack of plant here, it's really left fnatic in a horrible position, right? This should be mousesports taking us to OT. At best, we're getting Brollan into an AK. Mezzy can go AK with head armor. His other options are Galil with util. KRIMZ is going to have to be into a pistol here. This buy right now for fnatic is going to be looking far from ideal.
Yeah, so a hero, Brollan, AK. And Mezzy did opt for the util option.
Okay, well, there's a Galil out on the floor. KRIMZ is going to be able to get some head armor behind that. A lot into this. Jackinho with no armor for the final round to play. That tells you just how bad things are over in the fnatic camp, but they can still do this. Gotta make it gritty. Gotta drag mousesports down to your level of weaponry here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get good bang for your buck with a T-side dig if mousesports are diligent.
Looks like a top explode.
Yeah, but that's what the flash implies. Dexter will keep that door smoked. And KRIMZ, the first to fall. That was one of the Galils, a big frag to find. Only one clawed back for fnatic. They just crash into the defense. The angle's too strong. Aggressive from Bemis, and Jackinho being flanked as well. Call it OT. mousesports and fnatic. Inseparable in regulation. It requires MR3 16K and thrust back into the fray. I mean, it was 8-7, 8-7.5. I mean, that's what you're going to get. Seems that these two teams rather evenly matched.
your worst nightmare. Cause I ain't taking no loss.
But yeah, all I'm saying is, he says, I'm your worst nightmare. Like, I would when I was a kid trying to do like a bad guy voice. You know, like when I was trying to sound intimidating, but I wasn't.
All right.
I'm your worst nightmare.
All right. You weren't bopping along to that one then.
I'm not bopping. I'm not bopping.
bopping.
That's all I'm saying. I think it sounds absolutely cheese bally. fnatic 15 and mousesports 15. We're forced to separate them in an overtime. We appreciate your patience. Let's get ourselves back underway. And Acor with a nice once a half maneuver.
Yeah, once an overtime.
Once an overtime, it could be perfect. Yeah, he's got the overwatch, and the progress hasn't really been halted. They've still used that wall of smokes. Jackinho's a little late, though, and that could be the end of him.
Oh, he didn't stick to his guns.
Oh, and they've just decided to cancel. Alex gets caught. This is weird.
Yeah, okay, right there. I'm not sure why the stall out called, right? But Alex has clearly made that one, and on their way back, with him going down in transition, this first round of OT here could just fall flat for fnatic. They will need a hero. And pivoting all around, looking a little bit uncertain in where they want to finish. Still plenty of nades for this, but they don't have a smoke for main. So if they pop one out squeaky, we'll need some flashes, and it looks like Mezzy is going to be the man setting that up. Molly in his hand. That'll be landing towards top heart.
Okay, well, that'll get Dexter hot and bothered, and the spray from Beamus, good for one. Dexter's still burning. Dexter's burnt down to 10. He's finished off nicely. Oh, wow, a double from Jackinho, and fnatic have recovered this. He plays the sound cues. He's not looking. He's actually not looking. They could crawl down that ladder and shoot him in the face instead. He's got the bomb on his back, so if he goes back up with the bomb, oh no, fnatic lose the round to Frozen. Mezzy with it all to do and 20 seconds to do it. The bomb now lost, and a change of direction that could have cost them it all.
Well, it's worked for them, right? We've seen it work for them, but that's twice now that they've tried it since it's worked for them that they've been absolutely destroyed. Dexter stopped them, and now Frozen has done the same. So one of those little mid-round tricks that fnatic are hoping to use here to aid them and keep mousesports chasing their tail is gone, right? This little vent drop and then vent pop back up, or vice versa. It looks like they've locked it on down, and you just see that coming up. That's Frozen, you're licking your lips. You know you've got at least one kill there. The second, fantastic as well. The inaccuracy off the ladder, and he's doing his job.
That is a big notebook he's got on the desk as well. Chock-a-block, I'm sure, full of strategy, headshotting and such.
There's a one-way smoke being deployed here for Acor, so it's a bait and switch with him and Frozen's just been an absolute nuisance for fnatic here. So as the smoke starts to fade, Acor repositions, might be able to grab one if they're not tidy here, and there it is.
Boom, boom. Acor is trapped, eliminated, but maybe, just maybe, they're not ready for Frozen. He keeps the fight coming. Important frag for Alex to find. He keeps the round alive, at least. And he's only got one smoke to throw out. I don't know how much convincing he's going to be able to do here.
Well, who's going to keep their eyes on this cross, right? It's important for somebody from mousesports to be covering it off here, and Alex just lining up on the fly.
Yeah, he's just picking up his teammates' smokes, using them to provide the wall he demanded. Hey, that's not bad.
The one on the right is going to fade quite quickly here, so Dexter can hang around. This should be gone very soon. It is on Beamus towards the top side, and he's kind of playing retake from main, so they're not fully invested to holding A. If they go towards B, ropz is there. He hasn't moved in a while, just tucked in towards that back box. So at the moment, it feels like mousesports are giving a lot of space over towards this fnatic side.
Yeah, Beamus, wow, good connection onto KRIMZ on the walk-up. And Dexter, another contribution. mousesports, this is a spotless defense. And this round, no exception, with 10 HP, doesn't stand a chance. And call it 17. One more round for the defensive Mouse. Let's see if they can keep a clean sheet.
Oof, you know, this is where fnatic will have to do something different, right? The first time round, they tried to get Alex across secret. They called it off for whatever reason. They fell back and they got slowly peeled apart. This time round, well, they're also just on the receiving end, but of mousesports aggression. So last round, they took the fight. This round, Mouse took the fight for the final round of play. Maybe both teams that want to get stuck in early. We might see a bit of a biff. ropz hasn't been tested a lot over towards ramp, and Frozen's looking happy, getting a smile on his dial.
Yeah. I mean, dispatched to yard. I think mousesports might have realized what we have, which is that we need to see that Frozen impacting the feed on a round-by-round basis, and so setting him up for success seems like the best option.
Yeah, don't lose that territory, Mouse, because you've struggled with plugging some of these gaps on the rotations previously. But 3 on the CT side really could do it to fnatic here. They brought out the Jackinho AWP, so that is a little bit of a different look, right? He has the big green out. Let's see if he can demand some respect of Acor here.
And another shake-up from the mousesports defense.
ropz is a bit aggressive at ramp at the moment, actually. I wonder if anything will force him to continue forward. Well, maybe that will.
Yeah, the loss of Acor will spur ropz through his own smoke and perhaps behind enemy lines. They're very, very detached from lobby here. Is there no one responsible? Is it what KRIMZ is on his way to be responsible for? Yeah.
He's lining up a molly right now. I think that's going to be for back of sight. So it looks like this is their top peel in, right? They like to peel in through this smoke close main. Maybe that will stall them out, a deeper CT smoke. If they go for warehouse control, time will start to become an issue here.
Oh, Alex didn't spot the leg. Dexter was walking through, and there's both of them here. Frozen keeps him busy enough for Dexter to get the frag. He bails Frozen out of trouble, but still a 3v3, and they're descending ramp. Bemis will be there in time. It's up to Jackinho if he's responsible for decon. That will be a fight that favors the AWP. Opens the door. Hard shot. KRIMZ.
Oh, no.
Jackinho's taken down KRIMZ.
How's he done that?
Now loose. He's got to come up clutch. A 1v2, otherwise it's spotless from Mouse. Bomb picked up. He wants to close the doors, do some housekeeping. Opts for the AK-47. Still one close. Fakes it out. Ramp jiggle. And a near hard tap to hit. Multiple targets. Bemis collects, and mousesports call it 18. We need a perfect response out of fnatic, and that's just to extend play. mousesports have put themselves in a prime position to collect the 2-0
Here we go. Oh, dear. I think he's just thought he's had a slither there to take that shot. And that, oh, that one is going to sting here.
KRIMZ was tagged already, but I mean, yeah, the smoke had bloomed. KRIMZ was by no means a dead man.
Oof. Big problems here, big problems. Timeout call for Mouse. They've now used their final timeout here going into, well, it is just the one round they need. If they can convert one of these next three, that's it. Call it done. And
I mean, you know Dexter better than I. Do you think he's one of those brave leaders that will be willing to call something a bit ridiculous in the first of the 3 opportunities?
Let me take a look at these spawns right here. Bemis is leading the pack. Acor bought into an AWP. If they stayed just with rifles, you know, I could see them going for, you know, a hard top site, maybe something just a little bit off the front page.
Yeah, I mean, but look, you've got 4 orgs from fnatic. Even KRIMZ whipping it out as well.
There we go.
So, when given the opportunity, they'll take the more expensive option. The propaganda from Brollan has finally started to spread.
Okay, well, they're playing this one reserved here, Mouse. They didn't just launch topside. They didn't try and get anybody down the vent. They're just waiting for any maneuvers from fnatic, who are the desperate ones in this scenario. If they overpeak, if they overstep the mark, Mouse are ready to take them down as they line up these smokes towards yard, sailing through the sky. They'll have to deal with Brollan over towards Secret here. Alex is going to be completely smoked off. All he can do is chip on through. Missed molly. Oh, and big problems.
Yeah, that missed molly's cost him the life. The opening frag, of course, it's Frozen of all the players to find. So a step towards extending play. They need 3 in a row here, fnatic, and this is the first frag of the first round on that CT side. KRIMZ intermittently checking in on that main fight, and they are starting to come through. That's a perfect incendiary. That will force him forward. Or the extinguish.
They're going in.
Mezzy needs this frag, needs it. ropz baits with the barrel so well. Still recovers it, and fnatic will call it a quits. That's a perfect round. No one goes down. Make it 16, 2 more to go.
You can just see how punishing a missed molly is, right? The missed molly to Secret there is the difference between Brollan getting the opening kill and Brollan not having an opportunity to get this opening kill. Those flames work in his favor. He can peek over that, use that mistake made by mousesports against them here. Now, if you're Mouse, you've got 2 more rounds to have a crack. The first one, they went slow. The second, if they go slow again and they get found out, well, it's pretty obvious in the third that they might go for something a little bit faster.
fnatic in overtimes, man. Like
They've been loving it.
They can't stop having close games. Not bad for a month, for sure. It's only a year ago they were lifting trophies at Pro League.
Here he is again.
Brollan, prime position. He nearly had more than one Acor chunk down. Alex looking for something rather ambitious here. Yeah, he loves it. It's a little bit of him. It's a little bit of him. Calls the cancel on that. Now Dexter's aware that it's a possibility. That fast flank from the warehouse hasn't come through. But in the meantime, he's moved some of his pieces around the board.
They have enough utility to take this lower site, right? And they're being diligent with these boost clears. We've seen that pay off in previous games here throughout the Pro League. Now, if they go towards the decon door, This is one of those scenarios where you limp out the smoke and get the back site control. Vent's called clear. They just have to deal with Jackinho. And the AWP, maybe not the best weapon for the job up there.
Yeah, it does look uncomfortable, doesn't it? Mezzi's got a good smoke for the decon door. Jackinho, you're kind of committed now. So some quick AWPs are going to have to come out of him. These late takes have worked for Mouse in the past. 4 frags separating them from the 2-0 conversion here. mousesports 28. Smoke from Acor plants the plan. It's not going to be easy for Jackinho to stop that, really. Maybe his teammates can. Mezzi, certainly a threat, commits to the spray. Mezzi, however, going down. That's the denial. Oh, no, he misses the shot into the boards, and Fnatic's chances starting to fall away from them. Oy, oy, oy. Alex and KRIMZ then, all of it on their shoulders. And powerful after-plant positions adopted. Dex are going to go looking for info. It's Alex, his next victim, and it's all onto KRIMZ. I think mousesports have done enough here. There's just not many chances left for KRIMZ. ropz not going to give him anything. Oof, other than a bullet between the eyes. All right, a close one. Leaves with the mousesports logo. 2-0 as well.